how I normally do it, I just kind of pick up with whatever we're talking about, you know what I'm saying, or pose a question or a topic, just kind of get an audience an idea of what we're talking about. But I
For
noticed
sure.
the last time we tried to record you, uh, we actually was gonna kind of introduce you, and I think we probably should do that again, just for the sake of the audience. So
I
you know
ain't
what I'm saying?
nobody, bruh. Just in the title, put featuring 2Geek'd. That's it. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Put my shit in the
okay.
description.
All right, so shit, let's get along. So what did you want to? What exactly did you want to talk about?
What's y'all niggas top five? That's simple. It's simple,
Uh,
but it ain't at the same time.
yeah. Top five rappers, and even anytime you mention like top five anything, especially like top five rappers, when you talking to niggas, it's like my picks aren't sacred. Like I don't want you to take this shit as law. This is shit close to me, right? Like I got my
Yeah.
reasons, and we can go into them or whatever. But so I know one of my top fives, and this is just in any order, right?
See, no, see, that's what I'm saying. You got to do it in order. That's what makes
Oh,
it hard. Who is better than this nigga? You summed it. Think about it. You gonna sum it up to five people. You cut it down from 1,000 rappers you didn't listen to
yeah.
top five people. You telling me you can't put them in order? You got to, and that's where the shit get interesting.
Mm. Uh, I mean, yeah, that's difficult. Like pen and paper difficult. I mean, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Like you got to break down albums and shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. It
Uh,
get really technical. So I guess we can't just sum it up to your top five. Then we'll keep it. We'll keep it simple. Cause like I just thought about it. That shit.
I
The guy
mean,
will. Yeah,
I
you right.
mean, it's one
Let's
of
keep it
those things.
simple though.
It's one of those things we can get as deep as you wanted to get into it, but the setup that you have in mind. I mean, shit. I'm gonna say I know off the rip one of them's gonna be E40, right? Like E40 is in my top five, but is E40 better than somebody else that I might think about? I don't know, man. But if I say all right, number five, E40, now that locks him in at number five, like that locks the nigga in at center, right? Like so,
See,
so,
but your
so
E40 different from my E40 because my E40 is I ain't got dreads, but I plan on growing some.
oh man, come
Ooh,
on,
you know what I'm
no,
saying? Come
like
on, bro.
there was a whole
That's
E40
my
before that
E40.
E40. Um, all right, fuck it. So I'm just gonna go for it. The first one
All
probably
right.
be E40, and one of the reasons is, um, he was always he always stood out amongst other rappers, right? Like even in that time period where, so I started listening to him around like, he had the CD called In a Major Way that had the song on it, One Love. I know you heard that song, right?
What year was that?
Fuck, I don't know, fucking 95, 92,
See,
98. It
no,
was
I
before you
was
was born,
2 years
but
old. I was born in
I'm not
'94.
saying,
That's what I'm saying.
but I'm not saying like you had to listen to it on the day it dropped. I'm saying like you ain't never went back and listened to
No,
old
I didn't.
shit.
I never, bro. Not E40. That I got, bro. Tell me how to go and all that shit. Did make me want to go back and listen to his older shit. I didn't know he
That's
had older
fair.
shit until he battled Too Short.
Shit, that's fair. So, did you watch the battle?
Yeah, I watched the battle.
What did you think about him during the battle? Like, as far as like his older
The
catalog,
songs
what?
I knew, were hard.
But it didn't make you want to be like, oh, I want to listen to more of
No,
this shit. Let me see. Okay, all right. Well, I
no.
mean, that's fair. So, like, he had a CD called In a Major Way, and on that CD there were several songs. One was called One Love. You ever heard One Love? Fuck, man.
Probably know if I heard it.
I'm not finna see.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's
The
why we need a
fucking
studio.
the fucking
We need a
name
studio for shit like that.
the name of the song is in the hook. Like like at the beginning of the song he spelled the shit out. Like I don't. All right, what about Sprinkle Me? You ever heard Sprinkle Me?
Yeah,
Okay, so
I don't know
Sprinkle.
it word by word, but I didn't heard it. But
Fuck. All right. So Sprinkle Me was on the same album. It's on that In a Major Way, right? Oh,
yeah,
yeah. And that was the album where I kind of like paid really close attention to E40 and I started studying and shit. And I went back and listened to his old albums. Like before he went solo, and I may be incorrect, but I believe before he went solo, he was part of a group with him, his brother, his cousin, and his sister, called The Click. It was all four of them. They was part of a group, and they had several songs that, you know, they had a pretty strong buzz in the Bay Area where they're from. The reason I kind of gravitated towards him, like I said, he kind of stood out in the sense of the rhyme pattern that he used at the time when I heard it. There was only a select few rappers using that. It's kind of like this, kind of like he was on Tell Me Where to Go, where it's really kind of fast. He was doing that then, you know what I'm saying? He was doing that like back in the 90s, and there wasn't a lot of rappers doing that. That shit didn't really pick up until with Twista kind of blowing up, and then Bone Thugs coming on the scene and shit like that. But even before then, you had motherfuckers like Spice One. Ever heard of Spice One? You fucking young as shit. You said
well,
no?
I am. Yes.
Oh my god. All right, so yeah,
I know
Spice.
of him.
all right. That's fair.
Like I said, I didn't give them all a try. Like I said, bro, I was born in '94. I go back and listen to old niggas. But if one or two, like I give you probably like 3-4 like songs. You feel me? Yeah. And if you know, I gotta go right after that. Like I don't go back. You know?
All right. I'm guessing that you'll go back and listen to some old shit if the shit that you heard off the rip catches your attention, right? Like
make me want to go back and listen to it. Yeah.
All right, so what's an artist that made you want to go back and listen to their older shit?
Snoop. Not even being funny, bro. Yeah, with him and Pharrell and shit on that. What the fuck is the song?
Drop It Like It's Hot.
Bro, think about it, bro. That shit came out and like it had to be before high school. It had to be like middle school or something for me. Like, had to be, bro. And I was like, yo, this shit hard, nigga. I was probably like 13 or something, 12, nigga. Like, let me go back and listen to the Neptunes. Let me go back and listen to old Snoop and shit like that. Like, it was shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, they don't go for everybody. It just don't work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so how far did you go? How far did you go with the Neptunes? Like, did you go back to whenever Chad and the Asian kid? Wait, not Chad and Pharrell. Chad was the Asian kid.
I was about to say with the Asian dude and Pharrell. Nigga, them hard Neptunes, ain't it? Around my trip. I thought he was gonna say Pusha T was in there or something. Nigga, I was like, hold on.
No. So, all right. So with Chad and Pharrell, they were part of another group called Nard. Did you go back and listen to some of their shit?
Nah.
All right. So they had a song. One of their most prominent songs was a song called "Lap Dance." You ever seen Daredevil? Not the shit on Netflix. The original one with
the Ben Affleck one.
Ben Affleck, yep, that one. You sneaking like that's just not a bad movie, man. Whatever, man.
It's a sorry ass movie, bro. I promise you, that movie sucked ass, bro.
So there was one part when they introduced Kingpin. There was a Neptune song playing. You can clearly hear Pharrell singing the fucking hook or the song. The song's called "Lap Dance." You ever heard of the song?
I know it if I heard it.
Well, I'm not finna sing it. I mean, we should title this segment "I'm not finna fucking sing it."
For sure.
I can see myself saying the same shit over and over and over. Anyway,
but this is what I'm getting to. We done named a whole bunch of rappers that are better than E40, and you put that nigga in your top 5.
No, I'm not finna let you do that. We named a whole bunch of rappers. We didn't say they were better than E40. Bro. You think they are. I'm not finna let you put your opinion on
better than E40.
Who?
Snoop ain't better, so Snoop is in your top 5? Because Snoop is better rapper than E40.
It's tricky, man, because Snoop is more influential in hip-hop. I don't know. I can't even say that.
So are you saying Snoop is like Jay-Z? He can't really rap, but like he's a mogul. So like out of respect, I put him ahead of
Well, I wouldn't
E40.
say that about Jay-Z. What are you talking
Okay,
about?
nah, I was just jumping to it. Continue, bro. Cause we still getting sidetracked with this E40 shit.
No. All right. So like with E40, like I said, his rap wasn't similar at the time. The vernacular, the words that he used, make him stand apart.
Mm.
His appearance, he was a big dude, but he wore glasses, kind of like a nerd, kind of like a square, and that was all like his intent. That was his costume, his persona.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, that he put out. That type of what can I say? Those aesthetics helped him stand apart in my mind. And on top of that, he was like a lot of rappers. He was talking in code. All right, so there was a period from our 80s all the way up to like the mid to late 90s, right around the time where T.I. and Young Jeezy came out. Before then, it was kind of taboo to talk about dope on a song, right? Because there was a fear of being indicted. There was a fear that that the feds or police or whoever the fucking powers that be, Illuminati or whoever the fuck they were, would take your rap song and they would arrest you based off of your audio confession, and they would try and convict you based off of your art. Go ahead.
So they put him ahead of the game for you? Like that was different?
No. What put him ahead of the game was he was talking in code like everyone else, but he created his own language around that shit, right? Like it's one thing to say some cool shit, but to create your own language and then have other people adopt and adapt that language. That's I think that's a little bit more monumental than what you're giving it. On top of that, he was one of the early pioneers of being your own brand. Like he was independent a large chunk of his career, like selling out the trunk independent, coming up with his own deals, making copies and sending them to the stores, taking them to the stores and selling them independent with his record label.
So you appreciated his hustle and shit like that.
Like this is before what I mean, and I'm only talking about Snoop because we brought him up. When did Snoop make his own imprint, that Dog Pound Records? It was like later on after his first and second CD. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but Snoop had niggas rocking Boretts in their head, cuz.
I mean, I give you that. I'm not saying that
saying cuz just because. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like Snoop D-O double jizzle my nizzle and shit. Like he had white people talking like that. Like he's Snoop.
Yeah.
Now I get it. Like the whole monumental thing, yeah, but like, you know, like to go from murder was a case and shit to what he is now, that nigga career speak for itself, nigga. And he could actually rap. He freestyle whenever, wherever and shit like that. Just putting words together. Like his wordplay is nigga E40, like that's your opinion though. You feel me?
Yeah.
I just brought up Snoop. I knew he wasn't gonna like. I don't think anybody would say E40's better than Snoop, except for you. But that's what make this, you know, a good thing because it's opinionated. You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying they both brought something to the game to where it's not that one would be better than the other. I mean, because they both have impacted hip hop greatly. Now, Snoop has prevailed as being kind of like the mainstream icon for hip hop. Like Snoop took hip hop to places where hip hop was never intended to go in the first place. And that sets him apart. I mean, you got Snoop doing a cooking show or a fucking living show with Martha Stewart. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is the same dude that was on trial for murder. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, like he gets a place in this hip hop kingdom, but in that same breath, so does E40. That's all I'm saying.
For sure.
I would say
that's number 5, E40.
Yeah, my number 5 is gonna be E40. My number 4, Master P.
Thank God. You're consistent at least. Because everything you just said about E40, I was like, Master P has to be on this nigga's list. The Hustle, Ice Cream Man. He had people go around singing Ice Cream Man. He talking about getting niggas indicted and shit. That nigga never went to prison over the shit he was rapping about. That nigga is a real gangster,
like,
bro.
and that's what I'm saying.
I respect
like,
Master P.
Like one of the things that he brought, was that where it was taboo to talk about your illegal dealings on albums. He put it out in the forefront, and Master P kind of paved that way for let's just call them like dope raps, right? Like you had motherfuckers talking about drugs before, but there was a difference in like how rappers were talking about selling dope before Ice Cream Man and how they were talking about selling dope afterwards. Like you had motherfuckers like Tip come through and basically say, hey, this is what we're doing. We're selling dope.
And buying guns.
This is what we're doing, right? And there wasn't that fear of indictment. And the niggas that was saying that shit, they was raised on niggas like Master P. And so that's what I'm saying, like, not even get into the mogul shit. Just, all right, so what did you contribute to hip-hop? What did you birth to hip-hop? Master P helped birth the Dope Boys in hip-hop.
And he signed Snoop, so that all ties into each other.
Oh,
like,
God.
Just think about it. I'm just saying.
And I will say that. Snoop was in a very bad place with Death Row.
Snoop had a No Limit album. That was dope.
Snoop was in a very bad place with Death Row, and Master P helped him get out of that shit. And I'm not gonna say Master P single-handedly revitalized his career. Like his career wasn't never just doing bad, but Master P helped him get out of this situation with Death Row, and he helped him regain relevancy. And from that point, shit, Snoop took it and ran. And then, of course, we'll talk about his business acumen, how he parlayed a disability check into a record store, into a record label. How he ran that record label. I mean, there's a point where Master P was putting out 2 or 3 CDs a month from No Limit. Like everybody, like there was something that he did that I want to say like 3 6 Mafia kind of pioneered, but he kind of took it, which was so. There was a point where like whenever you would come out with like a song or a CD or something, like how do you advertise? You had your street team, y'all hang up flyers and shit. You try to get the DJs. You try to get the DJs, hope they play your shit, and maybe you pay a motherfucker to play your shit, or hopefully your shit gets spit on the radio, and that'll drive your excitement up to help boost your sales, right?
Yeah.
Well,
marketing,
promotion,
yeah.
Well, what 3 6 Mafia did, and then eventually Master P, was, I said 3 6 Mafia, Master P. Hell, even E40 did it at one point. E40, niggas like Sally selling shit, everybody's doing it. But what 3 6 Mafia did was at the end of their CDs, they would kind of give you an idea of who's coming soon, who's coming next. Like they play snippets from their song, like, hey, coming up next we got fucking, I don't know, the fucking Cable Guy, whatever the fuck this nigga name is, Juicy J, Fat Pat, or whatever the fuck this nigga name is, right?
Project Pat and them.
Yeah, Project Pat, right?
White and shit.
And you said Lil
White was cold. I fuck with 3 6 Mafia, see what came after them out of Memphis. Like, they started some shit, but I ain't just, like, go back and listen to them niggas either.
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, and that kind of made me just think about somebody else. But we'll get to that in a second, though. So with the commercials on the CD, like, you get to the end of the CD, and you actually, like, you would hear parts, or maybe you can get a full song from somebody's upcoming album, and that automatically drove that interest. Like, damn, I want to check that shit out. They were putting commercials on their shit. They were marketing their shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was 3 6 Mafia did. Then fucking Pete started doing. Pete took that shit to a whole new level. There was a point where you bought a fucking No Limit CD and you opened the bitch up and it had coming soon on the book. Like, it let you know. With fucking Pen and Pixel, whoever the fuck was doing their fucking CDs. You know what I'm saying? Like you was like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy that you're giving these niggas so much respect on their business. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way they conduct this shit. Like, the way they were selling you these CDs and shit. Like, that's cold how you respect that. The way streaming is today, because niggas don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? But, like, the respect you got for the way, like, it tells me the way your mind works. Like, you looking at, because they are technically, like, Master P is a mogul type shit.
Yes.
Like, 3 6 Mafia, the way they did shit, like I get I get where this list is going, and I think we're gonna have a disagreement here soon. But like I said, I understand the Master P sense of it. This nigga got noodles out, nigga, and chips and shit out in stores right now.
Saying?
With other rappers' faces on them, nigga, getting money. So I can tell you, I respect that shit, bro. You will hear no complaints from me, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, with me, and we just talking about music, But I love hip hop so much that I look at that shit with a multifaceted lens, through a multifaceted lens. I look at that shit like, because one of the reasons I harp on the business part of it so much is because artistry in itself is a shady fucking business. Because you're putting your life and your art on the line, something that you hold sacred, and someone's gonna scrutinize it and give you shit money for it. But with hip hop, you constantly hear about hip hop and R&B. Well, fuck, black music. You constantly hear motherfuckers getting shitty deals, getting fucked over, and it was like that for the longest. Like, it got so bad to where. It got bad where like if you were in the South and you wanted to sign a record deal, you'll sign that shitty deal just to get on. Like, niggas tell you, like, hey, first, your first deal, you might have to get a shitty deal, but then after that you own. And I've always wondered, why does that first deal have to be a shitty deal? Like, who's making these deals to where it's like, this first one's gonna be kind of shitty? Like, what if I gave you a job, right? What if I was like, yo, come work for me, but I'm gonna give you a heads up. Your first paycheck, it's gonna be a shitty paycheck. You're not gonna like it. But after that, your checks are gonna get really good. What type of incentive am I giving you to work for me at that point? I'm finna fuck you at least the first week. You know how it goes. And that's now speaking to my integrity. Because if I fuck you the first week, even if I don't do it the second week, I can, because I've already done it. I have fuck you potential. Yeah. You've seen it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the business aspect of hip hop always drove me fucking insane. So when it got to the point to where niggas in the South couldn't get record deals because they couldn't afford to go to New York, so they just started selling their shit on their own and blew up. I love every minute of it. Motherfucking Cash Money selling they shit out the fucking trunk. Every fucking David Banner started fucking selling this shit. David Banner started rapping because he couldn't find anybody to rap on his beats. He just wanted to make beats.
Yeah, started rapping. I remember the what's the Lucky Charm nigga, Lil Flip and them, when he was making beats for them niggas and all.
Yeah.
Everybody was on the David Banner beat, goddamn.
Yeah. So I got E40 and I got Master P. So number 3. I was thinking I could include a producer. And at first I was finna go Lil Jon, right? And I'll explain why. 2 reasons. I was finna go Lil Jon because Dre'd be too easy. Dre would be way too easy, right? And Lil Jon...
Go the easy pick, bro. I don't want to sit here and disrespect Lil Jon because you want to put that nigga in your top 5.
Lil Jon created a whole subgenre of hip-hop. Are you serious? A whole fucking movement. Are you serious?
He's a producer anyway. He's a producer, so he don't count anyway.
All right.
He's not a star, buddy. Think about it. He's the editor and shit. He's the behind the scenes guy. Sometimes says, "Yeah, don't do that."
I mean, I could get technical.
Says, "Okay."
I could be technically. Along with him and East Side Boys, they technically were a group. Which would technically make him an artist. And I'm putting it. I know Eminem's going to be here at some point. I just don't know where. I think 3's probably a good spot for him. I mean, and it's going to be the obvious, like, why is Eminem your top 5? Because it's fucking Eminem. First off, it's Eminem. Do you know how hard it was for white dudes to get taken seriously in hip-hop after fucking Vanilla Ice?
All right. So, yes, I will give you that. Early Eminem. But you can't look over this shit he been putting out here lately, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
There's a line.
On that rainy days with Bug, whatever his artist name is. This nigga said, like a cattle. No, what he said? What's the dude? What's their names, bro? Oh my gosh, bro. The people that take care of the cattle or some shit. What did he say? Like a shepherd, something, taking care of his sheep. Fuck what you heard or something, bro. He was talking about fucking sheep, bro.
Wow.
And it was weird, bro. And he white, so like, nah, he gave up. Nah, he just out here saying shit now. Niggas was talking about Lil Wayne just saying shit. That nigga just saying shit. Like a shepherd having sex with his sheep. And he paused and said, fuck what you heard. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Is that what Eminem has come to now?
I mean, Eminem, that sounds like par Eminem for me. Like, I don't get what you, I don't know what you want from. I mean, he's gonna say he'll use that type of, I guess we'll put it in the category of fucking wordplay. I mean, I get what he said. What I said, no, but I mean that's been the thing about Eminem the whole time. listen,
I get it. Like, hey, he was talking about, hi, kid, do you like violets?
Yeah, like
that was hard to me then. Yeah. But it's like, okay, nigga, you're 50 now, nigga. Like, and that was your bar.
There's like, a line.
Time did not do you good, my guy. Come on.
There's a line in The Dark Knight, which is that you ever seen The Dark Knight with fucking Christian Bale, the one with the Joker, right?
Yeah.
All right. So there's a line that says, "You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain." And that line can be interpreted many different ways. One of the ways that I interpreted that line is sometimes you hang around past your fucking retirement date, especially in hip hop. And when you do that, there's a good chance it's not going to end up in your favor, right? Like, you take like one of the longest running niggas that's been rapping right now. Let's say Jay-Z, right? Jay-Z can still fill up a stadium, right? But he could. I'm not gonna let you do this. I'm not letting you do this. But his last album, the one with I'm saying the last album, not the one he did with Beyonce, the one he did by himself. The one with the trial of OJ. Yeah. Yeah. That wasn't as well received as other Jay-Z albums have been. Now, and
why? Why was that?
Why? Because niggas weren't trying to hear it. Niggas weren't trying to hear it.
Think about this. Niggas have been here listening to Jay-Z from whatever, from the chains and shit to now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all went along this journey with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And it's like, some people worship him and some people just, You know what I'm saying? So, like, that whole greatest rapper alive and all that shit's weird to me. But, nah, I get what you're saying. So,
you mean the title or Eminem, or him being the greatest rapper alive?
Whatever niggas say about Jay-Z. That nigga is Jay-Z. But, you know, the whole mogul and shit like that and all that, people give him credit. You know, he bagged Beyonce and shit like that. But we're not going to get off topic. If you don't say Jay-Z, you don't say his name.
But you think he's overhyped?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's 50 niggas from New York that rap better than Jay-Z.
Really? I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt it. Maybe a few. A few, but not a lot. And the rappers that do rap better than Jay-Z, they don't have the business respectfully, they don't have the business sense
that's
to
different.
be what
That's
Jay-Z
business. I
has been.
said rap.
But it's part of it.
I said rap.
It's part of
no,
when
it's not. I'm talking
say
about
business.
rap. Like, think about it. Think about that's East Coast rap in the '90s and shit. He was there. You know, he was a spawn from Biggie and shit, Big Brother and shit like that, right? That's the mecca. You're supposed to be lyrical. We know what New York hip hop is. He wasn't that. Niggas are giving him overhypeness because of his accomplishments. Gratefully so. Like, celebrate the black man.
He said some dope lines, and he's mastered the art of double entendre.
He dropped jewels. He dropped jewels and shit. Yes, like I like. So all right, 99 problems, right? 99 problems, right? When he was talking about like 99 problems with a bitch ain't one, but when he actually started rapping and shit, dropping the bars about locking keys in the glove box, nah, nigga, you can't search me type shit. He dropped gems, but for a nigga that been, bro, you feel me? Yeah. But like the fact that he's been rapping for 20 years, and it's like that's all I could take is some jewels and Forever Young, nigga. Like I just feel like I don't know, bro. One of his hardest songs is a fucking UGK song and shit. Like even from like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like niggas have carried him on tracks, Renegade. That's
2 tracks, and one of his hardest songs has not been Big Pimpin'. Was it a hard song? Yes, but I mean that's UGK. Name a song that UGK was on that wasn't hard. Come on, man. Are you serious? Jay-Z number 2.
He's gotten carried.
Jay-Z's number 2.
He's gotten carried, bro, and that's why I seen this list going because you started naming like moguls and shit. And I'm from the South, so when you said Master P, I seen where it was going. I seen where it was going, my nigga, and I was like, God damn, bro. Like, that's why I was trying to get into it with the whole Eminem situation. Yeah. Eminem, he can be up there based on his rap abilities. You put Eminem up there because his wordplay and because he's lyrical. He can rap. But then you're going to tell me you're going to put Jay-Z number 2 in the rap list because of his accomplishments and shit like that.
Well, I mean, he can rap as well.
Hold on. Well, yeah, he can rap as well. Mm-hmm. But when I say my list and I say a certain name, I want you to think about it.
Okay.
Back to Jay-Z. All right. Okay. So Jay-Z number 2. Who number 1?
Number 1.
Is it Tupac?
No.
Oh, that's sacrilegious. Yeah, is that the word I was looking for?
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, it's blasphemous.
Nigga, Tupac's not number 1.
Yeah, I just ruined any hip hop credibility I have. It's like if niggas was still listening at this point, when I said Tupac wasn't about number 1,
you gotta chop this shit up. You gotta chop this shit up.
Nah, I'm not listening to this nigga. No, this nigga's a fucking dumbass.
Oh. Who's greater than Jay-Z? I want to hear this. Okay.
Scarface.
Okay. You're from Texas, though.
Yeah, like.
So we don't even got to talk about your number 1.
I'm trying to be objective.
We could just go into my top 5. If niggas aren't listening, bro, this hoe gotta reach outside of Texas now. If you're from Texas, of course you know why he said Scarface. But if you're not from Texas, it's gonna take this nigga a year to get to the point. So just, I don't know, bro. Go look up Scarface. Like,
go look up Scarface. Well, I will say, there was an interview done. Well, before you do your 5, I'm just gonna say this, and I'll let it go. So there was an interview done by DMX. Dude was doing interviewing DMX, and it was for one of Jay-Z's albums, but they was doing like he was on tour and they was video filming the shit. It's like, we're gonna release this with his album or whatever, right? You know what I'm talking about? Like kind of like a documentary.
Yeah.
So I can't remember if it was Fade to Black or whatever the fuck it was, but they asked DMX. They said, "Who do you think the realest nigga in the game is?" And of course, they didn't like lead him up to this question or anything like that. But the reason they put it in the video, like the reason I was able to see it, is because he said what he said. But this is his exact response. He said, "Who do you think the realest nigga in the game is?" DMX said, "Besides Scarface, And he said, Jay. Talking about Jay-Z. Of course, it was a Jay-Z thing or whatever. But my point is, Scarface, through hip-hop, was universally recognized as being an icon in hip-hop. And that's why he's in my number one slot.